You have triggers that cause your relationship to food to get out of sync, but these triggers are never going to go away. So the approach to living with them isn't to get rid of them, it's to learn how to handle them, and along the way, being really patient and kind to yourself. I've shared in the past that I have let my emotions dictate how and what I eat, and I have learned through a lot of introspective work what exactly my triggers are and where they came from. And I have found that a lot of my triggers come from my childhood, which is actually pretty common amongst a lot of us. Our childhood are our formative years. We are learning how to put our armor on. We start to create stories about ourselves that we carry into our adult lives. But it's these triggers that never really go away. And I was really faced with that reality a couple weeks ago. So I grew up in Minnesota, and a couple weeks ago I went back for a quick visit, and I was staying in the exact house that I grew up in, and almost without any thought, I was reviving all of these eating habits that I created as a teenager when I began emotional eating. I was looking for processed food. I wanted the pre-made food, and I was going to the chip cabinet. I would fill up a huge bowl of chips and then just munch away at it as I was distracted watching TV or working. I was basically just allowing my emotions to dictate, again, everything I was eating. But to my delight, when I came back to LA a couple days later, my body wanted fresh produce. Anyone that knows me can vouch that I am not a salad eater. I don't enjoy eating them. But that day, my body wanted a salad, and so I gave it that. And I had this kind of aha moment that just because I spent a few days eating things because of my triggers that, yes, will never go away, but just because I spent a couple days eating things I don't normally eat doesn't mean that I've erased all the work that I've done. In fact, it reinforces that it's more of the bigger picture that contributes to the healing of your food relationship. The actual healing of your food relationship takes time, and it begins intellectually. This is a step where we begin gathering information, and it's quick for our mind to be able to understand why we should eat a certain food or why we should eat a certain way. That's pretty quick for us as humans to kind of tap into and understand. We take that information and then move it into the second part, which is actually physically making changes. So actually eating those good foods that you've now learned about, or eating differently in a way that's good for you. And your body will take time to adjust to that. And all the while, you're also learning how to listen to your body, how to decipher all of the messages that it sends you on a day-to-day basis. And it's from that physical standpoint, which takes a little bit longer than the intellectual, then you can create a foundation for the third part, which is the emotional healing of your food relationship. And again, as we've been talking about, a lot of these triggers that are here in this emotional side of food never go away, but you learn methods on how to better deal with them when it comes to your eating. And absolutely the physical aspects of listening to your body and the intellectual knowledge of food absolutely helps support that. So if you are an emotional eater, if you know you have triggers, the first step is accepting that, you know what, most of these are never going to go away in my lifetime, but I'm committed to taking on my relationship and my journey with food to be able to handle them better. And it's called a journey for a reason. It's not the destination, it's the path. But you have to walk the path in order to start seeing changes. But believe me, if you are committed to the path, to your food journey, to you and your relationship to food, big results can be achieved. Thank you so much for watching. If any of this resonated with you, make sure to share out this video, or if you have a friend that you think would benefit from hearing this message, make sure to tag them in the comments below. And then come back every single Friday for a brand new video. And remember, open your mind and your mouth.